Have I got a story for y'all? This is a Lolita not cautionary tale, but tale of madness on this lovely frosty Valentine's Day in Seattle. Yeah, I'm still in Seattle. It stopped snowing for the update. It did stop snowing, and actually the snow started to melt. So, yay! It's everything's coming up roses. My husband's trying to message me to figure out what we want to do tonight. We don't normally celebrate Valentine's Day, so I don't get why he's like all like, oh, we gonna do something tonight. I don't really care. At least not about Valentine's Day. But let me tell you the story that I'm all dressed in Lolita to tell you, because this is a Lolita story. So buckle up, buttercups, because this is gonna get crazy. So, oh, excuse me. Last month, there was some news that dropped, I think on Facebook, I think on Chinese Lolita updates, that Pumpkin Cats, the Taobao brand Pumpkin Cats, was coming out with a dress or a JSK called the Royal Corgi series. And here, let me show you. I'm going to show you the love that is Royal Corgis. So, pardon my reach. That is Royal Corgi. That is the one in black, and that's the one in blue. So, yeah. That was and I posted when I saw that, I was like, my dress lust meter just exploded, because it's the military style, which forever I have been wanting a military style Lolita JSK or dress or whatever the fuck I could get my hands on. Not been able to get it. And this happened to me, I think, in 2015 when our series came out with I forget the name of that dress, but our series had came out with this dress that I was hot as hell for. Actually, let me see if I can't find it, and then I'll tell you the name of it. Hold up. Okay, it was our series Take the Crown. So let me show you Take the Crown. So this was my baby for a long time. They say they still have some. I think they only have like 1 or 2 left. I've already set my brain to knowing I will never own that dress. It's just gone. So, oh well. So when I saw Take the Crown 3-4 years ago, I really wanted that dress. I never could get the money together, and then the pre-order went out and it sold out, and then I don't even know. So, but I've always wanted like a military style dress like that. Then it has the royal theme, which is like another huge theme of mine that I love. And then to crush it all into oblivion, they have fucking corgis on this dress. Now, if you don't know, I'm not really, like, I love my dog. I talk about my dog a lot. And if you're on my Instagram, you know I post mostly pictures of my dog. So, and I grew up having cats my entire life. So I love cats and dogs. For me in Lolita, I think the cat print thing, and I'm going to say an unpopular thing, and I'm probably going to get slammed all the fuck for it, but I'm tired of cat prints. Can we leave the cat prints alone? So I like cats. I love having cats as pets, but I don't want to wear cats. But when it comes to not just dogs, but it's just corgis. Because back when Cowboy Bebop was floating around, I saw Iron and I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. And then I think when they had the Olympics in the UK in London that one year, I think like in 2012, I want to say that was, they did like some pre-Olympic show, and then they had dude who was James Bond walking with the actual Queen of England, and then they showed her and her corgis, and one of her corgis was so fat and cute it could barely walk. It was just like, oh my God, oh, I love you so much. My husband keeps messaging me, sorry about that, but it was just like, oh my God, these corgis, I can't. So I saw Royal Corgis, and my head almost fell off my fucking shoulder. Oh my God, my husband, I'll deal with him in a minute. I saw Royal Corgis, and I was like, fuck that. I don't care what the fuck I gotta do, who the hell I have to murder, what hand jobs have to get, yes, hand jobs have to get thrown out there. I was getting Royal Corgis, and because I couldn't decide if I liked the blue and pink or the black and red, I was like, I can't make a decision, so I'm gonna have to get both. Which is categorically unlike me. Usually I'm like, Okay, Ashan, we have to be sensible. You know we're on the poverty line. In fact, my life is the definition of the poverty line. So we can't be buying frivolous fucking JSKs for no good fucking reason. You gotta be sensible. No, this time, sensible Achan got punched, hog-tied, and a ball gag strapped in her mouth. While insane Achan was like, fuck that, we getting both of them. Because we fucking need both these dresses. And fuck you, sensible Achan, fuck you. We shut the fuck up. We getting this dress. We getting both of them. So, they were like, on Chinese Lolita updates, they were like, the pre-orders coming up in February. Wait for it. I was like, you bet your sweet fucking ass I will be waiting for it. In the interim, I had horrible things happen last month. I was in a fucking car accident that I fucking caused last month. So, yeah, bad things happened last month. And I'm just like, ugh. So, finally, we got our shit together. We rebuilt our lives, hopefully, and we decided we're going to move on. And then, while I was here, the pre-order news dropped for Royal Corgis. Starting with, excuse me, this water I'm drinking is frizzy, so it's making me burp a lot, more than usual. But, starting with mylolitadress.com. Mylolitadress.com, if Lolita Wardrobe, which has been my go-to place to buy dresses from for a little bit, if they're not talking something, then I know I can usually order something from My Lolita Dress. Usually they'll both have it. Sometimes My Lolita Dress kind of has a little more variety, especially in their pre-order options. But Lolita Wardrobe will get the stuff, and like you can pre-order it, but if you're really, really lucky with Lolita Wardrobe, they'll actually have it in stock. So, or like they can get it or something. So, I first up to bat was mylolitadress.com. So I looked at them. I'm on their mailing list to get their pre-order information, and they were like, we have it. You can get it for the pre-order for $119 for the blouse and the JSK. And I was like, that's decent enough, but I don't know. I don't think I want to do that. So what I ultimately ended up doing was, when I had a tea party on the 2nd, and our fearless leader of our illustrious Lolita community in Central Florida Lolitas, she was like, I'll help you do the pre-order. But I was like, okay, so yay, I can probably get it directly from Pumpkin Cats and not have to worry about paying. Because in all honesty, when you order it from Taobao, it's 60 American dollars. This JSK is 60 American dollars. The blouse, I think, is, I want to say 15 American dollars. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get it direct from the source. It's going to be great. But I had another friend of mine come to me and like, Taobao is great when you can get it direct from them and don't have to place a pre-order. Pre-orders are a little bit of a different animal. You might not be able to get it. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, you might not be able to get the pre-order. So I was like, okay, so I don't want to torture our fearless leader into doing something she might not be able to do. Maybe I can figure out how to get like a Taobao thing together by myself. So here's where our adventure really gets sad and ridiculous. So I decided that I'm going to figure out how to do this pre-order by myself, and I don't know, this other person don't know what the fuck they talking about. So, like, no offense, but like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I am about to eat the biggest chunk of crow on earth. So, after like, this went on for like 2.5, almost 3 hours, my adventure on Taobao. So, I actually have a Taobao account, I found out. I forgot that I signed up for Taobao, like, probably about 600,000 years ago. I think when they were like, you can order direct from Taobao in America, you just have to sign up. Signing up with Taobao is probably really easy. I don't remember what I did. I just had to remember to put my cell phone number in and then remember my password, which I had to ultimately change. So, that took about, I would say, I'll lowball it. I'll say that took about 20 to 35 minutes for me to figure that out. So, after I figured that out, I was like, oh, fuck yes. We're going to order this shit. So, I put in the size of the JSK I want, the size of the blouse that I wanted, and I did it twice for the black and white and the black and red and the blue and pink. So, I went on my merry ass fucking way and was like, okay, we got this. Da 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 da. So, what took 2.5, almost 3 fucking hours was after I set up everything in the cart, which I had to have 2 separate carts, by the way. I went to go and try to pay, and I was like, okay, we're gonna get this, and it's gonna be $175, and it's gonna be great, or $150, and whatever shipping they cost, because it's gonna be great. Because it basically boiled down to it was $75 for 2 blouses and 2 JSKs. Beautiful. So, which is a far cry better than $119 per blouse and JSK set that my Lolita dress was talking. So, we finally get to the pay thing, and they're like, put in your address, put in like your name and stuff, which I had to go through Bing Translates, because that's the one thing that I will use of Microsoft is their translating service. Their translating thing is actually really pretty on point. So I went and I had to translate this, and this is what took hours, because where it has where your country is set up, they have like this first little button, the second button that says A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then H, I, J, K, and so on and so forth. They have these like little radio buttons. So I'm looking in the radio buttons. First of all, they're not in alphabetical order. There was like Trinidad and Tobago, but I think because it had the and in it, they were putting it in the A. And then like other countries that should have been in like specific letters weren't. It was all fucked up and janky, and I was just like, oh my god, this is a fucking nightmare, and I couldn't find it, and I'm like retranslate, copying and pasting, putting it in the translator thing, reading off all the countries to figure out what fucking button I have to push or look or figure out what character I need for the United States, and it's not there. They had fucking Marshall Islands, they had all like the U.S. territories. They had Puerto Rico up there. No United States. And I was just like, the fuck? Where is the fucking United States button? It was, of course, was in the first radio button. And nobody fucking told me. So it wasn't in alphabetical order. And my husband was like, well, perhaps that was where they listed it for, you know, countries that frequently order from Taobao. I was like, but he tells me this after like this 3-hour foray has gone down. So I finally find the United States, and I finally click on it, and then they were like, click to pay. So then I had to set up an Alipay for Alibaba / AliExpress, which I actually have an Alipay account, but they had to find my Alipay account. So that took an additional 1.5 hours of going between Bing Translate, reading the translations, and filling out the appropriate forms for them to finally ultimately tell me, oh, you already have this, so you don't need to do anything else. Just use your card. Okay. So, after all that is said and done, my cart times out because it took 4,000 years to figure out what the fuck the other stuff was talking. So I was like, oh my god. So I had to re-log in, re-put the dresses and the JSKs and the blouses. And I was like, finally, I'm going to hit pay, like pre-order. Everything will be fine. Let's just do this fucking thing. So I can get this fucking dress and just move on with my damn life. I click it. Everything is fine till I get like these series of Chinese letters or characters. And I'm just like, the fuck is this saying? So once again, I have to copy paste into Bing Translate and then translate all that shit. And it was like, you have to contact, the order will not go through. You have to contact the shop owner. Fucking really, at this point, I have to contact the fucking shop owner. And of course, on Taobao, you can't just click the thing because there is a contact the shop site, like little button. I have to download a completely other thing in order to contact the shop because you can't just like click on it and a little thing pop up and be like, oh, hey, what the fuck? Why can't I fucking order this? Although I would be like politer, but seriously, why the fuck can't I order this shit? So I have to I downloaded the one thing. I couldn't figure out what it said because it was all in Mandarin, and I'm like, I don't read Mandarin. I failed that part of Japanese, so where you have to do the kanji, so I don't know what the hell anything is saying, and it wouldn't translate it. And I'm just like, okay, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I do what I think is like put in what I think is the subject title, and I put in what I think is what the problem is, like, you know, the space for comments, and it won't let me send it. And I'm just like, the fuck is happening? So, and this of course is after I type what I want to say in English to have the translator thing translated for me into Mandarin, and I try to send it, it won't fucking send. So at this point, I'm ready to fucking either stab somebody or like go in a corner and cry, because I'm like, I'm never gonna get my corgi dress. It's gonna fucking sell out in pre-order. I'm gonna be sitting there with my dick in my hand yet again. And I'm just frustrated and disgusted and like sad and just a gamut of emotions. So finally, I figure out how to do something to make something send. I don't know what the fuck I sent them. I never heard back from them. I'm assuming it was just something blank. And they were like, why did this person send us a blank ass email message? I didn't send you a blank ass email message. It was just, I don't know what the fuck I did. So never heard from Pumpkin Cat directly. I probably will never fucking hear from Pumpkin Cat directly. So that was, I do believe, Tuesday. Yesterday morning, Chinese Lolita updates sends one like, yo, Pumpkin Cat's Royal Corgis is up. If you want it, you better come and get it. And I'm like, I am very much desperate at this point. I will. And the thing is, Chinese Lolita updates, I thought was a little more convoluted ordering from them than they are. It actually wasn't that difficult to figure out. I just had to sit and read and not be impatient. So basically, if you ever want to know how to order from Chinese Lolita or place a pre-order from Chinese Lolita updates, all you have to do is send them a message with all the pertinent information that they require. Let me pause and I'll pull up all the pertinent information that was required. Hold on. All right, so they require for to order from Chinese Lolita updates, in your very first text message to them, your PayPal information, proof of credit, which means it's kind of Black Mirror-ish, but in China they implemented this thing where your social media standing dictates whether people want to deal with you. That was literally the subject of a Black Mirror episode, and that episode fucked me up. But yeah, they started doing that in China, so I guess they're now kind of importing that idea. And I can understand you don't want to deal, because there's a lot of scammers on the internet that try to do shady shit. So I can understand why you would like to protect yourself by knowing the personality of the person that you're dealing with. But basically, I had to give them a screenshot of my like half defunct eBay account, but all my like standing on eBay is very good. So they want an image of that. So if you have a good standing eBay account, if you have you've ordered stuff from Lace Market, and you're in good standing in Lace Market, that's like they'll require you to send that before they proceed with you. Cause she wasn't trying to hear that shit. Cause I was like, I don't think I have that, but I do. So yeah, so your PayPal information, like a link showing that you know you're in good standing with Lace Market or eBay or whatever other spot. A link to the item/items that you want, the sizes that you want, picture of what sizes, like images of like the links and images and whatever, and when do you want it sent, like as soon as they get it, do you want to wait to like bundle everything together? Say I was ordering like another JSK from another company and that was coming out in August, so I would have to wait for that, and then it would be bundled with Royal Corgi stuff. So I told them I wanted my shit as soon as y'all get it, just send it. Just fucking just slap post over y'all stuff. Just put like a giant sticker over y'all's information. Slap that shit in the mail and send it on its way. I was like, please send it as soon as possible. And then your shipping information, i.e. name, address, country, blah, 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 blah. So that is what they require. I thought it was a little more intensive because they have like some, on their Facebook page, they have like, I don't know, some spreadsheet. It was weird. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck they want. So, but after I read it, I was like, oh, okay, this is simple. This is stuff that even limited faculty having Adrian can deal with. So I placed the order. I was like, I really want these dresses. So I gave them all the information. I told them large JSK, extra large blouse, because the extra large blouse goes up to bust 106 centimeters, and the JSKs go up to 106 centimeters. So I was like, large JSK, extra large blouse, and I told them both colors, and she was like, okay. And that was when she sent me something back. You have to give me your eBay information, which I did. And she was like, we will send you the invoice soon. So I went to bed Wednesday night. And, oh no, not Wednesday, Tuesday. Actually, that was Tuesday. I guess the stuff with the Taobao happened Monday. Either way, I woke up yesterday, and as soon as I woke up, I looked, and she was like, please pay invoice. So I was like, oh shit. And I still owe money to my music school. How the fuck am I going to do this? So I was like, cause while their service fee is low, I think it was like $28 and some change for their service fee, which is real low. They have a tacked on bunch of other fees, but it also included shipping. So where it was $150 for both items, it ended up being $234 for their fee with shipping and like PayPal fees and all these other extra little doodad fees, which is like, oh God. So I was like, fuck, how am I going to do this? So thankfully, I was approved for PayPal's pay-as-you-go like payment plan. And that was a whole story in and of itself, but I'm going to keep this short because we're like 22 minutes into this shit. So that went by, and I was like, okay. Whew, thank God I got that. So I can pay that. And as long as you pay that within 6 months, then I will not have interest tacked on. So long and the short of the story is, after all this rigmarole and all this BS, I finally get the confirmation from the lady from Chinese Lolita Updates. They ordered my corgis. So in June, I will have my fucking corgi dress. Both of them. So, so to my friend, my lovely friend, who I have to sit there and, like I said, eat a large ass chunk of crow, you are absolutely correct. Yes, it is probably easy to order from Taobao when the shit is already sitting in Taobao, but placing a pre-order was a fucking fiasco, as stated. And next time, I won't be my normal skeptical, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, so that I will actually listen to people who are wiser than me and do what the fuck they tell me. So, oh, sweet, merciful fuck. I don't even know. But at least at the end of the day, I can say Royal Corgi set, both of them will be in my possession in June. So, the things we do for our insane obsessions, I don't fucking know. So, this is the last vlog. Well, I'm deliberating on doing another vlog, but this is probably going to be the last vlog from gloomy ass. Look out this window. You see nothing but gloom out there. So, and I know it's kind of bright, but yeah, it's real gloomy. So this will probably be the last of the vlogs. If not, I might do one more, but this will be the last one for Seattle. And then we go back to Florida, and then my wings are clipped for a while. So that is all I have, and I will see y'all back in Florida later.